guys, so welcome to Bastian time again at the ugly chair. I'm your host Bastian. This is going to be a video, a review for The Link Between Worlds, because two things. First of all, you guys actually were positive to these kinds of less formal sit down and chat at you kind of videos. And then secondly, somebody in one of the comments for those said, hey, why don't you do a review for Link Between Worlds? And I know that seems like an obvious thing that I would do, but for some reason it didn't occur to me. And I didn't really want to do like a formal, like, look at the screenshot and let's talk about it kind of thing. I just want to give you like my gut reaction, my feelings to it, as if like you're sitting down in my home and we're having a conversation, rather than me lecturing at you about why this game is so awesome. And it is so awesome. I went to the midnight release of the Xbox One at the closest GameStop to me, and there were only 3 people there for picking up A Link Between Worlds. Actually, I thought that the midnight release for the Xbox One would be huge. Maybe it's limited to a specific number of people, like 30 or something like that. Because there were only about 30 of those people there, and then 3 Zelda guys. Anyways, so I picked it up, and then came home and got my new 3DS XL all set up, and it's so pretty, and I don't know why I don't have it right here. Just a second, this is the 3DS XL. It's so pretty. I'm in the middle of playing the game right now. And anyways, so I got it all set up and got the game downloaded and started playing, but then it was super late and I had to wake up early, so I only played it for a couple hours, but it was so awesome. And then I played it obsessively all day yesterday, and I think I'm now at like the halfway point. But as far as why it's so awesome, I think it really just comes down to that weird magical formula of using a lot from A Link to the Past, but changing enough of it so that it doesn't feel like a retread. Like, the story is brand new, but if you break it down beat by beat, it does follow the basic plot structure of A Link to the Past. It's just interesting that it feels so new and fresh. If it's really copying A Link to the Past, I mean, you've still gotta... This isn't going to have any spoilers in it, so you don't have to worry, but it's kind of the same structure of you gotta collect 3 things, you get the Master Sword, you go into the Dark World, Lorule in this case, and then you collect the 7 things, or 6 things, and so it's just like, it's the same formula, but it just feels, it feels like this is what the successor to A Link to the Past should be like. It doesn't fail in any way, and the whole, I was really worried, to be honest with you, about the whole renting the items. Like, are you only going to be able to rent 1 item at a time, and then obviously that's the item that you're going to have to use for that particular dungeon? But no, you can rent all of the items, and that's what I did. I rented every single item out of Ravio's shop, and then I just used it. It was so refreshing to just be able to see something and be able to go get it, because I already had the items that I needed to be able to go get that secret heart container piece or whatever. And I also was really worried that the whole wall mechanism thing would be a gimmick, or that I would just not remember to use it, but it's like so fun, I just kept using it constantly. I kept exploring, and I think that's why using A Link to the Past overworld was a good call, because if you played A Link to the Past, you're already familiar with A Link to the Past overworld, so you think, oh, well then, what is there to explore? But it's like a brand new overworld because of this new ability to press yourself flat against mountainsides and then go explore new cliffs and things. It's like getting a chance to revisit A Link to the Past world, but with it's changed slightly, and there are some topography changes, more than I thought. I thought that it was going to be like 1-to-1 the same as A Link to the Past, but not at all. They did move some things around. You can now get to Kakariko Village pretty easily right from the get-go. So yeah, it's similar enough to A Link to the Past that it feels familiar and like home, but different enough that it feels like a brand new adventure. And just little things like the fact that you encounter Yuga twice already in the beginning of the game is a good call, I think. I think they did that with Girahim, and that was a really good idea because you feel more connected to that kind of boss that's deeply entrenched in the plot than if it was just like, you know, some Helmrock King or something. There are plenty of really interesting... There's a brand new boss in the game. I was also worried that they weren't going to have any new bosses. They were just going to reuse all of the Link to the Past bosses, but there was this really clever one in the first beginning part of the game that was a lot of fun. I don't want to give it away, but it's like these spinning disc things with an eyeball. Yeah, really cool. Anyways, that's my basic review. It's a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite, it's definitely my favorite handheld Zelda game ever. And it might, I don't know, it might be my favorite Zelda game, period. It's too early to say, of course, and maybe I'm just having like such a gut reaction of how much I'm enjoying it right now. You know, maybe after I finish, I'll be like, that was pretty good, but I still like A Link to the Past better, Wind Waker better, or, you know, something, but we'll see. It's just, they put in a lot of new kinds of changes, like you can collect all of these different monster parts, and that will help improve things, and it's just, they put a lot, they've changed the formula up enough from traditional Zelda, but yet keeping you feeling like it's traditional Zelda by having it take place in the Link to the Past world, and it's just perfect. I want to stop this video so I can go back to playing it, so bye guys!